Out, it only is getting more blinding in terms of the assemblage of stars because, man, the city is 2 games away from the finals. This New York team, I think, expected to win the series. They were favorites. It would have been suffocating pressure if they dropped game 1, but they didn't. What did you see from the home team tonight? What kind of freedom?
Yeah, so this Knicks team really does have a lot going for it. They are not a perfect team. They were not the best team in the NBA during the regular season, but they have a lot going for it. And one of the things that they can do is play different ways. They have different players who can do different things. And so Jalen Brunson crushes the Cavs in game 1. So the Cavs come back naturally and try to clamp down on him. They totally don't guard Josh Hart. And this was one of the reasons why he got benched at the end of game 1, because the Knicks weren't surviving well when they were going 4-on-5. This game, they go to him, and he crushes the Cavs with an all-time terrific performance from him, not only with the 26 points, but also with 7 assists. So not only did Brunson end up with 14 assists, one of his best assist games ever, but he got a bunch of hockey assists because he was kicking it to Hart, and the Cavs would scramble to him, and he would kick it onward. This is what really good teams do, what championship teams do, beat you in different ways. The Harden-Brunson thing is still a problem for the Cavs, but it was Josh Hart that knocked them off tonight.
This Cleveland team knows the assignment, right? They have to win a game in the Garden, and they let one that they had in their grasp slip through their fingers. They have been great at home. They did erase a 0-2 deficit already. What's your sense of how they respond as this series pivots to Cleveland over the weekend?
Well, you know, Kenny Atkinson likes to focus on process. He likes to think about stuff like shot quality. He will probably say after this game that they did process, that they got a lot of open shots, that they just missed them, and that if they get those same open shots in games 3 and 4, they could come back here in game 5 and have a 2-2. That could be true. But the truth is their margin for error against a team like the Knicks is just much smaller. And even though Donovan Mitchell has played fine, he has not played special. And you're going to need special to win in the Garden. And so they're going to go back in a situation where they got to win 4 out of 5. And I think the odds of that are very long. And I suspect, you never know in the NBA, but I suspect game 1 is going to stick in their minds for a long time.
I completely agree with that. The Donovan Mitchell applauding to his team at the end, that's leadership, but they know in their heart of hearts, look, we had the win we had to get, and we squandered it. And I just wonder how you flush that entirely. Just a final thought on this Knicks team, because I agree, look, they weren't the best team in the league, but all they have to be is the best team in June if they get there. Just imagine for me the city, the Garden, and this Knicks team in a final series. What might that look like?
So this isn't just about this year. This fan base started falling in love with this team 2 years ago when they made that first playoff run. And then last year when they upset the Celtics. And then really this is the culmination of a multi-year stage to get close to it. And the city loves the way they play. This is not a mercenary team. They have built this team methodically. They have their 10,000 hours in with this group. They've watched them have a bunch of comeback victories. Scott, they've got 4 20-point comeback wins in the playoffs in the last 2 years. All of that has built this incredible faith in this roster. You feel the connection in the building. You feel the connection in the city. This is something, look, around here, they talk about 1994 and grown men get tears in their eyes and look up to the ceiling. That's building with this unit. I don't know if they're going to win it, but you can feel that what's happening now is going to be celebrated for a long time. Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges are going to be sitting courtside here in 20 years, no matter how this season ends up.
About that, and this is sort of, I don't know, this is a bit of psychological study here. If, and I underline if, they win 2 more games and they await the winner of the Spurs and the Thunder, could all of that, could the city, could all the alumni, could it become a lot to deal with, right? It's not just the 4 games you got to win. It's the ghosts, and it's how desperately the alums want to see this group do it. Feels like a lot to me.
I don't think so. Because I think there's a pureness to this. If they got there once or twice and didn't get it done, they would feel the pressure. And really, let's just be 100% real. The pathway to putting a banner up there is to win this series in a sweep. to go to Cleveland, handle your business, and then watch the Spurs and Thunder beat the hell out of each other and watch the injury report grow and try to – I mean, that's just the real part. So really, and they'll never say this out loud, Jalen Brunson will never say anything even mildly disrespectful, but in their heart of hearts and in their brains, this is what they think that the pathway is. If they want to win it, they need the 6 more wins. That's probably the pathway. So they go to Cleveland this weekend with that on their mind.
They've been great on the road, but Cleveland's been great at home. It's a proud Cavs team. I expect to see them fight with all their gusto on Saturday night. Brian, I appreciate the time. Look forward to continuing. By Josh Hart. And Josh, on the floor with Lisa Salters, you shared that you're rooted in your faith and you pray for humility. So I appreciate that you're not here to pound your chest and talk about what you did. But I'm interested in what's most satisfying about the role you played in this second win in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't know. I think for me, I think I said it with Lisa. I think I started 0 for 3 from 3, and I knew they were going to continue to leave me open. And I had 2 choices to stop shooting or to keep shooting and watch them go in. And I did the latter, and I was proud of that.
When a shooter sees the ball go through the bucket, when the Garden starts roaring the way it does, how do you best describe what that feels like and how hard it is not to heat check a step across half court?
Yeah, I don't think you got to worry about me heat checking the step across half court. But man, this place is special. You get into that mode. You see the ball go in a couple of times. For me, I just kind of black out and I just play the game like I'm a little kid in the park and like I've been doing it for years. And I just kind of have fun with it.
Speaking of the Garden, we see the legends, right? When I was on your podcast with you and Jalen, we talked about some old-time hoop guys, and there's legends, right? And whether it's Bernard or Walt Clyde or Patrick, I could keep going. But what's been the message of the old guard, the guys that have done it, to this group as you inch closer to the ultimate goal?
Just keep working, keep fighting, never be satisfied. This is a special place. It's the only place that has their alumni out here, showing up every playoff game. So they're just talking to us, making sure we have our eye on the ultimate goal and keep pushing us.
I appreciate that. I'm asking this sincerely because, each win gets you closer, but the goal's still not realized, as the late, great Kobe Bryant said. Job's not finished. How much fun can you allow it to be, right? Like each night like this, I have to think it's fun, but maybe not. It looks like you're shaking your head.
Yeah, right now, we want our fans, our supporters to have as much fun as they possibly can during this run. But for us, we got to be locked in. Once you start getting happy and satisfied, that's when things turn. So we know this team just came down from a comeback from being down 2-0. And, they just did it. So we got to make sure we come in with a sense of urgency and desperation and can't be satisfied with it.
Understood. All right, let's get to the most important thing on the way out, your golf game. You told me before we started you haven't played in a while. I mean, if you leave those clubs in the closet until late June, you still got all summer to play. So is that the game plan? Wait till late June to finally get out there?
Yeah, man. Late June, my wife and I were going to go to Bordeaux. So I'm going to have some wine first. And then after that, I told her I need at least 1 or 2, golf days a week. So I can't wait, but we're going to push it off as far as we can.
Understood. I would suggest the golf before the wine, but you do what you want to do. Josh, congrats on a phenomenal night tonight, and appreciate you sharing some time, all right?
Thanks, my guy. Have a good one.
9 consecutive victories for the Knicks, which extend all time to go on a 9-game winning streak during a postseason run. 11 of the previous dozen would make the NBA Finals, and 7 of those won the title. But they still have 2 more games to win before they can even play for the title. That means Cleveland and Kenny Atkinson are on the wrong side of a 2-0 playoff ledger.
We need to get our legs under us. Quite honestly, we know their rest advantage. So getting home always helps with that. But definitely probably didn't have the juice tonight that we needed to, which is kind of, it's going to hit it sometime.
Offensively, I'm not worried at all. We did a really good job getting to the paint, trying to find guys, and that's why our assist total was low. It's just because we couldn't make shots, and it was everybody. So nothing to hang our head about. They protected home court, and We've seen this before, so we got to go get game 3.
You guys have obviously played a lot of basketball over the last month. How much do you think this team is?
We're not tired. We're not tired. We're ready to go for game 3. It would have been great to steal 2.